Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Market's been open for about 13 minutes, a little slow today. Got a crazy headache. I don't know if it's allergies or what it is, but slowing me down a little bit today. But, oh, dang it. Just hit on the wrong thing. So let me jump over on X, make sure everyone can hear us okay over there. Looks okay. Looks like they can. Put a little GM for good morning in the chat. And let's freaking go. Let's get this thing rocking and rolling. Kind of a, real interesting day. Markets seem very tentative. A lot going on this week, but nothing super clear. No super clear direction. Right now, the NASDAQ is positive 0.02. The Dow negative 0.19. S&P positive 0.06. That just means no one knows what to think or which way to go, right? Take a look over at Bitcoin. I'm not loving the new charts here on crypto bubbles, but anyway, it might actually be a little easier for you guys to see. But anyway, Bitcoin 81,181. So we're just fighting for that 181. You can see that 81,000. It's up officially 0.02 for the day. Hey, Heinecoin on an airplane, huh? 30,000 feet tapping in. Mr. Heine, good to see you. Glad you can listen in. I can't wait till every airplane has Starlink. Some of the Emiratis, they're going to put 3 per. So, man, loving that. But, hey, glad you could listen in and appreciate your support. You guys got to check out that Heinecoin community. They do a great space at 6:30 every morning. They do quite a good space. It's good stuff. Hey, Goachmaster, coming at me, a longtime OG from crypto Twitter over there, coming at me from YouTube. So good to see. Appreciate the support, guys. But good morning. Yeah, Ethereum. Let's take a look at Ethereum. Looks like it's 23.26. We're looking down 0.1 for the day. So, man, both the TradFi, and I knew this. I felt this coming. Just no certainty at all. Lots happening this week. We have Kevin Warsh should get nominated today. That could be something going on. There doesn't seem to be a peace deal between Trump and Iran. Trump's going over to see President Xi for 3 days in China. We've got some economic data. I just don't think anyone knows what the heck to think. But XRP, man, doing good, up 2.1%, sitting at $1.46.2. I'm liking that. Solana as well, outperforming Bitcoin and Ethereum. Solana 95.34, up 1.7. So the clear winner today is XRP. Shout out to those guys. We'll check back in, but lots of stuff to talk about. Welcome everyone. Trump came out, condemns Iran for decades of deception, calling its response to a proposed peace deal totally unacceptable. There is no deal. So we'll see what happens. Definitely not. I think that's what's, everyone's just got everyone waiting, saying, what's going on. Ethereum Foundation unstakes 49.6 million of ETH from Lido in the strategic pivot. So are they getting ready to sell, or are they just rethinking their relationship with Lido, another liquid staking platform? Don't know, but we'll wait and see what happens with that Ethereum. This is interesting. Circle last week minted $2.5 billion on Solana. See, I mean, stable coins are obviously taking off. But man, that's a lot for Solana for 1 week. I remember when it was used to be 25 million, 50 million. Now it seems like it's 400 or 500 million every time they do it. Anyway, a cumulative 2.5 billion. I think Solana's not the biggest. You have Tron. Tron has a ton, and of course Ethereum has the most. But that's a lot of stablecoin. That's a lot of typically it signals money coming in, fiat coming in to the market. Banking lobbies, now it's rumored they're making a last-minute power play. They just dropped a joint letter demanding tighter rules in the Clarity Act, trying to kill more rewards and protect their deposits. So the Senate Banking Committee is going to talk about this on Thursday, May 14th at 10:30. Hopefully this doesn't last-minute positioning doesn't cause a problem. Iran spokesman from National Security Council, there's no clear horizon political agreement. Yeah, so that's very clear. There's no deal right now. BlackRock proposed 2 tokenized money market funds tied to U.S. Treasuries. BlackRock really gets the vision of this tokenization. Okay. Larry Fink's really kind of like Michael Saylor is to Bitcoin, or I would say Tom Lee is to Ethereum. He is to tokenization, always talking about it. Eventually, everything's going to be tokenized. It's so much cheaper, efficient. It's easier. It's all in the blockchain. It's easier to audit. It's easier for your accountants, everything. So this was interesting. Remember when Trump was chumming around so much with Elon, they were talking about Fort Knox? Then it just went away. Now Trump's out there saying again, he wants to see if the gold's there. He wants to inspect. So that's crazy, man. It's crazy that the standing president doesn't have any idea. And it's not like he's, hell, he was the president before. It's funny how no one seems to know what's there or not. Very, very interesting. Just kind of out of left field. This was interesting. UAE residents could use crypto to pay Dubai government fees. Crypto.com UAE entity received SVF license from UAE, allowing residents to pay services fees using virtual assets through Crypto.com. Also gives them ability of integrations between Emiratis and Dubai duty-free stores. All the airports have them. You go there, you buy tax-free. So anyway, interesting. Shout out to Crypto.com. It seems to me, through what we're doing with CoinZoom and stuff, it seems like the Middle Eastern banks are on a whole nother system. They kind of have their own whole set of regulations and whatnot. But anyway, that's cool for not only for the government to do that, but also a big for them to use a centralized platform like Crypto.com. It's happening, like it or not. Morgan Stanley just hit a month in their ETF, 194 million. Was interesting because at the Bitcoin conference, I don't remember her name, but their recent hire, who is their strategic and runs their crypto expert over there, she said that like the first 120 million came in was all self-directed. That their associates, I think, which they have like 17,000 of them, their financial advisors weren't really up to speed yet. So I wonder if this is just more of that. Hasn't really taken off yet, but they basically were able to have zero net daily outflows. So pretty cool. New product, a huge company. Very, very bullish. Yeah, Quantum 5652 says GM Fort Knox has not been audited since 1953, and it won't be audited because the gold is not there. Yeah, it sure feels like that, right? I mean, I can't argue. That makes sense. It's like just weird. Something fishy going on. Could have been, who knows? For years and years, they may have been rating that. It's very interesting. Very interesting. But yeah, it's, they were talking about it and then nothing. And it's like just very, very fishy to say the least. Another billion was just minted this morning on Tether. Talked about 2.5 billion getting minted last week on Solana alone. I think this might have happened on Tron, to be honest with you, but it's big, man. That just shows liquidity coming into the market. So I think it's a positive thing. So yeah, China confirms Trump will visit the country Wednesday, May 13th, Friday, May 15th. Now they're like 12 or 20 hours, 18 hours ahead of us or something like that. So that could literally be tomorrow afternoon. I expect real positive things. I think these guys are two tough negotiators, but I'm predicting it's going to be a very positive. They'll talk tough, but they're also good negotiators, but good people. Like Trump's a very good people person too. I think it's going to be. I expect good news to come out of the summit. I don't think it's going to be hostile at all. I think it's going to be. I mean, definitely our biggest adversary right now on the world stage is China for sure, but yeah, I think the better relationship between the leaders, the better. So I'm expecting good, positive news coming out of there. I know how Trump is. He usually goes to these. It's usually a good thing. He is a good, like I say, one-on-one, he's different, I think, than what his public persona is. I think it's going to be good. I couldn't agree more with this statement. And I don't think, hopefully no one listening to my voice right now is in this situation, but CZ basically said, if you sold the dip, you need to unfollow the weak minds and follow the right people. Okay. Now, people have all different ideas. No one really knows where it's going to go. We all have our opinions. We all have our strategies, whatever. But if the people, at the minimum, nobody should have been selling when it was going down. There could have been different opinions, varied opinions. That's a whole nother discussion. How much or when you should have been buying, that's another thing. But hopefully everybody, the consensus with everyone is it was not the right time to sell. The right time to sell was at 120, 110, 100, 105, not when it got down in the 60s. So I could not agree with my guy CZ more. Unfollow those people if people were telling you to sell, because those people just flat out don't have not been here, don't understand cycles. Like I say, I can't imagine that anyone's even out there. But I know there's people out there that sold, obviously, but hopefully you're not one of them. Hopefully you learned. If you're listening to us, we never told you to sell. That's for damn sure. Lynn Alden, great. She didn't speak at this year's Bitcoin conference, but she did last year. Super smart person to follow. Very, very smart. She said her base case, the Bitcoin bottom is in. The fast capital is already out. Sellers are exhausted. Breakout soon. I think she's right, but maybe not. But she's very, very smart. Someone you should be following. Yeah, look up. I think her name or at might just be at Lynn Alden. But anyway, very, very someone you ought to be listening to. Mexico's third richest man, Ricardo Salinas. Pelego? I've never heard that last name. I've always just heard Ricardo Salinas. Anyway, is all in on Bitcoin. He said 70% of his net worth is in Bitcoin. Man, follow the smart money. This guy is smart money. Stack those sats, man. Mine that fiat. Do what you can to get more. Australia is preparing to scrap their 50% capital tax discount for assets held over 12 months, replaced with inflation-based system. So basically, they're going to tax more. So get the hell out of Australia if you can. Too bad. Such a nice place. Politics suck over there. New Jersey, $76 billion pension fund just bought 88,000, basically another 16.2 million. People underestimate these pension funds, man. They hold trillions of dollars in the United States and Canada and globally. Last but not least here, Van Eck expects Bitcoin to be at all-time high within the next 12 months. Citibank, we reported over the weekend, maybe last week, I don't know, but for sure over on my little TikTok update. I think I talked about it here last week, but Citibank's calling, I think, for 189,000 Bitcoin. So I agree with all that. Let's take one last look at the see how the indices are doing. Oh man, I feel like I have the worst hangover, but I think it's just I don't know. Could be allergies. Could be I don't know. I've had an earache, and anyway, yeah, I took a bunch of aspirin. It hasn't kicked in yet though, so don't drink, or I'd sipping a little vodka maybe All my Russian friends tell me vodka pretty much fixes everything. I don't drink, but if I did, I might be tipping back a little vodka here in the morning, which is why I don't drink. NASDAQ still down 0.06, Dow positive 0.2, S&P. That's flat. Do you get any flatter than that? I mean, really. Let's see how our Bitcoin's doing. 81,040, losing a little. Let's look at the hourly. See this? Bam, up, down. And yesterday we had $417 million liquidated yesterday afternoon. Last night. Yesterday, we low liquidity Sunday. And I always tell you to watch this. Had a huge pump, liquidate all the shorts, and it came all the way back down. See if we can see that on the week. I don't know if we can even see it, but basically we had this, huge pump and then back down, and maybe that was it. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, probably that one right there. Massive pump. Yeah, that was it right there, right? So you basically, shorts got wrecked, and then everyone FOMOing in got wrecked. So be careful, man. It was good for my grid bots. I don't mind a little. I'm trading my grid bots with no leverage, but yeah, so on the daily, we're down to 0.1% positive. This is just, look, there's a lot happening. I think I said on my Bitcoin morning show, it comes up here in 1 minute. I think I said, buckle up, boys and girls. It's going to be a crazy week, but I'll be back tomorrow. We'll see what happens. Could go either way or just kind of stay. Right now, it's all about uncertainty. So we'll see how the week plays out. I wish I could give you more clarity.